Okay, so this is kind of before we did much of anything. First swing. Have a look. Oh, this is you actually when I came back in and got the camera. And then you tried to hit a ball.
Okay.
So this is after we had our discussion. But we put a ball down there and we just say, hey, let's see what I just learned. Now feedback, we don't have high expectations because I said you're going to do most of this without a ball. So here's you taking it back outside like Furyk. See how it's still swinging in?
Sure.
Okay. All right, now aside from that, let's go into the later here when we're doing our thing. So this is what I'm telling you. I want it to be out here.
Mm-hmm.
You're going, what?
Telling me what?
Say what? See how your arms are way away from your chest?
Right.
It's totally exaggerated, of course. And then we're going to loop it. Okay. Now you're saying, okay, Dan, I'll show you.
It still comes back.
You're trying to go out there 45 degrees. Watch that, baby. Just to show you how we're creatures of habit. Remember I said to you, you thought that went out there, but it came back perfectly on plane?
Right.
There's perfect.
Right.
And you're thinking it's out there.
Right.
You're thinking your arms are way out there. Okay. So if you compare that to earlier days, that takeaway. That's pretty good. That now see how far back you were coming inside there?
Mm-hmm.
And that's so there's your, we can watch the loop. We've seen enough. It looks good there. That's still a little see how, so this is kind of that turning we talked about. I said, Mike, you're overturning. We got to get the arms away from you. This is 2 lessons ago.
Mm-hmm.
So just watch how that club's coming way inside. And then on the left for correction, we're watching it go what seems like outside, but this one was perfect. The club came right up and down the plane. Okay. And here you thinking it's way outside.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the middle ground we want to get to, but it shows you what you've got to do. Now watch this approach. Look at that. See how the shaft's parallel to the line? That means you're on plane. There's no over the top there.
Right.
It's coming right down on the line. Do, 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 do. So now you think you've done a... Right?
Right. Right.
And we just saw a perfectly on plane swing.
Right.
That's kind of scary, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
So the difference between what we feel and what we see is the value of video feedback, obviously. So there's a really good, now you did better here at the end. Now here's Dan, old Danny boy, showing you the exaggerated movement here. Where that baby's going.
Oh, way out. Oh, yeah.
Again, I'm just kind of, now I'm still yakking. See, the arms are moving away.
Mm-hmm.
Club's moving away. Totally exaggerated, no question about it. And I think you felt that occurring when you were right on plane.
Right.
So I'm saying for the purposes of the exercise, and you're not hitting a ball, so you don't have to worry about anything.
Right.
We need to feel what that feels like there, and then we're going to move it back there. When we get up here, we're going to go. Then we're going to go way over there. Look at this. Look at that thing. Let me see if I can get Furyk up here just for fun. I got him in here. bad angle. It's on a good camera angle. Watch it.
But
Look
still-
at where he goes.
Yep,
Now see how he drops it?
yep. Look at that right elbow.
Talk about a right elbow.
Right.
That thing's flying all over the place. That looks like a 30 handicapper swing, right?
Yeah.
But watch how he drops it in the slot and turns his body out of the way.
Keeps his head perfectly still.
Yeah, look at that. That club's coming from the inside.
Right.
So there's old Danny boy on the left, and he's starting to kind of look like Furyk there a little bit, just for exaggeration purposes. So now I just go drop it inside, get it close to that line. So you see my hands are moving back behind me as I'm dropping it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your hand movement typically is moving behind you on the takeaway.
Right.
Right? So now we put that in a real-time swing motion just for the purposes of exaggeration, just for you to see it. So in your world, that's what you felt when you were right on plane there earlier, which is pretty amazing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the proverbial, what does it feel like to do opposite? Okay, now having seen all that, let's watch a couple, see how you look. Right on plane. Right on plane.
Mm-hmm. On the way back, too.
Yeah. And you thought you were...
Yep.
So I said there earlier, or I said, okay, that was a good one. I saw one come out fine. I think it might have been this one. Let's just see. This was a good one. Watch this. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And watch how you drop it. Right inside.
Right.
Perfect. So the other phase to this is kind of when we talked about that three ball drill, when we said I want you to hit push shots,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then for the next segment, I want you to hit hook shots,
Mm-hmm.
because we got to get the club square. So the other piece of the puzzle now is the club face, and we're not working on it here, but I want to show you how your club face that's way too open, club face. That club is not rotating close enough.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's wide open. It's laying back. So that's that behavior, if you will, or that DNA of yours, where the club doesn't get rotating back closed equal to how it was opening coming back. Now it's just open, and then it's just a late closure. You kind of come over here, you turn it over like looks like you did, like you're supposed to. You finish like this, club's released, it's turning over, but it's too late.
Too late.
So there's the pattern of out to in with an open face. That's your world as a golfer. And the way we fix both is reverse both. What's it feel like to do the opposite? This, and what's it feel like to get the club turned over as opposed to leading with the heel? Okay.
Is that start talking about the flat left wrist
Well, it's
also, or you don't want
flat
to
left wrist it's not that issue, because when we look at let's look at your earlier stuff here to answer the question. Flat left wrist is term that's used a lot for poor impacts, but flat left wrist with, not sure what I'm doing here with that one. Your wrist is flat there. It's not like it's cupped.
Okay.
That's what you're referring to. But that motion there isn't the same as a rotation, open and closing. You got a hinge. There you go. That, if you look at just the left wrist, I would say, all right, you want to close it, we need to rotate it. That's different than what you were talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So to answer the question, good news is the flat left wrist, that's not our issue.
Okay.
Our wrist rotating to get the face closed, or however we continue to try to define it, and we'll just keep finding ways to uncover it. That's got to be phase 2.
Okay.
So, good news is the rules haven't changed about you getting better.
Okay.
Truthfully.
All right.